Read People Like a Book: How to Analyze, Understand, and Predict People's Emotions, Thoughts, Intentions, and Behaviors by Patrick King. Key takeaways. Number 1. Analyze behavior patterns to uncover motivations and predict actions. To understand why people behave as they do, we need to examine the causes and drivers of that behavior, their motivations. Underlying motivations. Human behavior is driven by complex psychological, social, and biological factors. By understanding these motivations, we can better predict and interpret actions. Key motivational theories include the pleasure principle. People seek pleasure and avoid pain. Maslow's hierarchy of needs: physiological, safety, love, belonging, esteem, self-actualization. Defense mechanisms: ways people protect their ego and self-esteem. Practical application: to analyze motivations, observe patterns of behavior over time. Look for discrepancies between stated intentions and actions. Consider how past experiences and beliefs influence current choices. Identify which needs the person is trying to fulfill through their actions. Number 2. Observe facial expressions and body language for deeper insights. The body doesn't lie. Microexpressions. These brief, involuntary facial expressions can reveal hidden emotions. Happiness: lifted cheeks, raised lip corners. Sadness: drooping outer eyes and mouth corners. Anger: lowered brows, tightened eyes and lips. Fear: raised brows, widened eyes, tense mouth. Surprise: elevated brows, wide eyes, open mouth. Body language cues. Nonverbal communication provides valuable information. Posture: open and expansive versus closed and protective. Gestures: pacifying behaviors indicate stress or discomfort. Eye contact: degree and duration can signal interest or deception. Proxemics: use of personal space reveals comfort levels. Remember to consider clusters of behaviors in context rather than isolated gestures for more accurate interpretations. Number 3. Recognize personality types to better understand individual traits. Personality can be thought of as a persistent pattern of behavior over the long term. Personality models. Several frameworks help categorize personality traits. 1. Big Five, Ogan. Openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, neuroticism. 2. Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI. Extroversion, introversion, sensing, intuition, thinking, feeling, judging, perceiving. 3. Enneagram. 9 distinct personality types based on core motivations. Application. While no individual fits perfectly into a single category, understanding these models can provide insights into behavioral tendencies, improved communication strategies, better predictions of reactions and preferences, enhanced empathy and relationship building. Number 4. Detect deception by focusing on conversation dynamics and cognitive load. Spotting lies is more than just watching like a hawk for a facial twitch here or a sweaty palm there. It's about working with the entire conversation. Conversational strategies. Use open-ended questions to encourage detailed responses. Withhold information to allow for potential contradictions. Ask unexpected questions to disrupt prepared narratives. Observe changes in confidence, speech patterns, and body language. Cognitive load indicators. Increased pauses and hesitations. Difficulty providing specific details. Inconsistencies in emotional expressions. Struggle to answer simple questions or perform basic tasks. Remember that no single behavior definitively indicates deception. Look for clusters of cues and consider context and baseline behavior. Number 5. Use thin slicing techniques for quick, accurate assessments. Thin slicing is the ability to find patterns using only very small amounts of data, i.e., thin slices of the phenomenon you're trying to observe. In our case, a person and their behavior. The power of first impressions. Research shows that initial judgments made within seconds can be surprisingly accurate. Key aspects of thin slicing: relies on unconscious processing of information, can outperform more deliberate analysis in some situations, works best when based on relevant, high-quality data. Practical application. 1. Trust your initial gut reaction. 2. Observe specific, relevant behaviors. 3. Look for patterns rather than isolated incidents. 4. Consider context and potential biases. 5. Use thin slicing as a starting point for further investigation. Combine intuitive assessments with conscious analysis for a more comprehensive understanding of individuals. Number 6. Interpret word choice and language patterns for personality clues. Our word choice simply emerges from our deeper values, our personalities, our biases, expectations, beliefs, and attitudes. Linguistic analysis. Pay attention to pronoun usage. I versus we indicates self-focus or group orientation. Emotional language. Positive or negative words reveal outlook. Specificity. Concrete versus abstract language shows thinking style. Jargon. Unnecessary complexity may indicate insecurity. Metaphors. Reveal underlying thought patterns and worldviews. Practical tips. Listen for repetitive phrases or themes. Note the level of formality or casualness in speech. Observe how language changes in different contexts. Consider cultural and educational influences on language use. Remember that word choice is just one piece of the puzzle. Always interpret in conjunction with other behavioral cues. Number 7. Examine personal spaces and possessions as extensions of identity. Think of a home as the one place in the world that people feel most comfortable, safe, and themselves. Environmental psychology. Personal spaces and belongings reveal values and priorities, personality traits, aspirations and self-image, cultural and social influences. Key areas to observe. 1. Home decor, style, traditional, modern, eclectic. Organization level, personal touches, photos, art, mementos. 2. Workspace, desk arrangement, personal items displayed, technology choices. 3. Clothing and accessories, style and brand preferences, level of care and maintenance, symbolic or meaningful items. Consider both the presence and absence of items, as well as how spaces are used and maintained. Number 8. Leverage social media and online behavior for personality insights. People were actually more likely to display their real and not idealized selves on social media. Digital footprints. Online behavior can reveal personality traits, e.g., extroversion, openness, values and interests, social connections and influence, communication styles. Analysis techniques. 1. Content analysis, topics and themes of posts, frequency and timing of activity, types of media shared, text, photos, videos. 2. Network analysis, size and diversity of social connections, engagement patterns with others. 3. Linguistic analysis, word choice and tone, use of emojis and abbreviations. 4. Visual analysis, profile pictures and selfies, types of images shared. Remember to consider platform-specific norms and potential self-censorship when interpreting online behavior. Number 9. Apply strategic questioning to reveal values and priorities. Through innocent questioning, we can uncover a host of information that represents an entire worldview or set of values. Indirect questioning techniques. 1. Ask about aspirations and fears. 2. Inquire about spending habits and resource allocation. 3. Explore significant achievements and disappointments. 4. Discuss effortless versus challenging activities. 5. Pose hypothetical scenarios. Sample questions. What kind of prize would you work hardest for, and what punishment would you work hardest to avoid? Where do you want to spend money, and where do you accept skimping on or skipping altogether? If you could design a character in a game, what traits would you emphasize and which would you ignore? Analyze responses for underlying emotions, motivations, and values rather than taking answers at face value. Number 10. Integrate multiple observational techniques for a holistic understanding. Reading people is about reading patterns of behavior, comprehensive analysis. Combine various methods. 1. Behavioral observation. 2. Nonverbal communication analysis. 3. Personality assessment. 4. Linguistic analysis. 5. Environmental interpretation. 6. Social media evaluation. 7. Strategic questioning. Key principles. Look for consistent patterns across different contexts. Consider cultural, situational, and individual factors. Remain open to new information and avoid premature judgments. Recognize the limitations of any single observational technique. Continuously refine and update your assessments. By integrating multiple approaches, you can develop a more nuanced and accurate understanding of individuals, leading to improved communication, empathy, and relationship building.